We're 5 minutes away from looking at the boat. Let's go see how good of a deal we can get.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep...
6 hours later, we have made it to our Airbnb. Boat was way bigger than we expected. It's a holiday weekend. We had to go through downtown Portland and it was brutal. I mean, we're talking this far on either side, going down side streets from cars. That was a tough one. At the end of the weekend, when we get the boat home, we're gonna start diving into this thing, try to figure out what's wrong with it. And you guys better stay to the end of the video because you will not believe the insane deal I just pulled for this boat.
1 day later.
$25,000 to $40,000 for an older used boat. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm not paying that. So I did the next most financially responsible thing. I started looking for a broken used boat. And boy did I find it. I found the cheapest, most neglected Yamaha AR210, and to add it on top, it was a divorce sale. You know this thing needs some work. Grab your paddles, because we might need them, and let's rebuild this Yamaha AR210.
I've prepared a quick list of all of the things that are needed before the first time we can take it on the water. This thing is filthy. It's pretty bad, honestly. It sat uncovered for about 2 to 3 years, and the last time it's been on the water was 5 years ago. There's mold growing on some of the seats. There's watermarks. It's pretty disgusting. However, underneath it, the boat's in actually pretty decent shape. And we should be able to clean it up, make it look pretty good, and I have some ideas for the upholstery if it doesn't look the way I want it to look. Next up, the tires on this boat trailer are horrible. Every single one is dry rotted. I believe they're original from 2007. And I was a little nervous driving them home, but they all made it. So all of those new tires got to be replaced. Trailer lights are not working. I have fixed leak here. Now, I don't know if this boat leaks.
That's a lot of damage.
But come on, it probably leaks. And finally, the big mamma jamma. It does have 2 motors. One of them sounds good, but the one that's giving us issues sounded pretty bad. Ready?
Yep.
So we got to diagnose what's wrong with the motor. Is it something where I'm going to tear apart the motor and rebuild it? Or is it going to be cheaper for us to just replace the whole motor? Either way, I'm trying to get this thing on the water in like a week for at least the first test drive. So we got to get to work. Now, when I first purchased this, I did check the oil and I noticed both engines were significantly low. To be honest, I was budgeting to replace the motor either way, so I fired each one up for about 15 seconds. Now, as we look in here, this is our oil reservoir. You can see here, we have pretty much no oil. If you look very, very bottom, we are not even on the low. So I've got some oil, we're gonna toss it in there, and then we're gonna try firing this thing up again and see if it sounds any better. We've got a fresh battery, and I added 2.5 quarts of oil to that engine. I believe it's about a 3.5 quart system, so it was pretty low on oil. Let's try firing it up and see if it sounds any better. Turn her on. Now that you're emotionally invested in my boat rebuild, let me show you what it took to get to where it is now.
This potential is deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off.
My wife and I have finished cleaning the interior of the boat, and honestly they're looking a lot better. However, there are a bunch of seats that still have stains similar to this. So you can see here where a bucket or something sat on this. There's a rust stain. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna try this Duplicolor vinyl fabric paint. I've done a bunch of research online. Supposedly it works really well. We're gonna give it a shot, see if we make this interior utterly unusable, or maybe she'll look brand new.
it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to.
I am one sneeze away from medical leave. That was brutal. Around 70 hours of detailing this boat and only 30 minutes to actually fix the motor issue. That was not the way I thought this was going to go. Every square inch of this boat was covered in dirt, grime, pine needles, moss, you name it, this boat had it. We pressure washed the seats, the floor, we pulled the flooring out of the boat. It was insane. Spent hours scrubbing the floor on our knees. After all that work, we got her looking about a 6, maybe 7 out of 10, honestly. I can't complain though, because more boat than I had last week. The next item on our list is replacement tires. The current ones are roached and not safe to drive. However, after placing the online order, I still haven't quite figured out how to get instant gratification, so I've moved on to the next best thing, which is ADHD. Let's start the next project. And that is the trailer lights. Now there's two things going on. First thing, and most importantly, they're pretty ugly. You can see this light's all broken out. Looks nasty. You can't have that on such a beautiful boat. And then secondly, there's a small issue where they just don't work at all. The wiring issue on this trailer is pretty straightforward. This trailer has one of these breakaway hitches, and as you look in here, you can see there's a point where a ground wire would connect. As we pull these wires out, you can see here that this is a disconnected wire. This wire needs to go right there, reconnect that, and hopefully we'll have trailer lights again. Picked up these new LED lights. These should look a lot better on the trailer. Look what just showed up. New tires for the boat. Let's go put them on the trailer. We have new lights installed, new tires, a fresh interior, and just like that, it's time to see if this thing floats. We just gassed up the boat. She's got a full tank. We got high spirits and low expectations. Let's catch you guys on the water. We haven't sunk yet, but we're only 100 feet from the dock. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, that's an emergency kill switch. Okay, so that's what I gotta fix.
Why is there water coming out?
Because this guy's not sealed. So we are cavitating really bad right now. So we gotta figure out why. We've made it back from the first test drive, and as expected, we do have a few things we gotta fix. So let's start with the good. The boat didn't sink. It really didn't take on that much water. There was a little bit of water when we pulled open the drain plug. It's kind of hard to tell if it was water that was all up in the front from when we did all the cleaning on the boat, or if some water is coming in. A little bit of water isn't too concerning. Both engines seem to run perfectly fine, which is great. However, we had a pretty big issue with it cavitating. Cavitating is when you give it a lot of throttle on a jet boat and it just like revs out like wah, but it's not really moving. And usually it's caused by a lot of air bubbles. Now I did some digging around on the boat while I was out on the water. And if you look down in here, there's a little valve that's supposed to seal this area off. As you can tell, there's water in here. There shouldn't really be any water in here, which means this is leaking. And when I had it running with this open, I could hear air being sucked through here. Meaning that this jet pump wasn't even pushing any real propulsion out. It was just shooting a lot of air out, which means I could rev it to like 9,000 RPMs and the boat really wasn't cooking down the river. So I'm going to try sealing off that area, put a little bit of silicone in it. It is a temporary fix. We do have to just replace that plunger.
but I want to see if my theory is right, or the other option is it might need both impellers and wear rings. Unlikely, because the boat really hasn't been used, but it is possible. Let's get this sealed back up and then let's go back on the water. One quick trip to Walmart, and I got my bottle of Gorilla Caulk. And now we reinstall. Told you I'd find a leak. This is a through hull fitting for the scupper drain. If you look in here, look at that. You should not be able to put your finger inside the hull. And as I mess around with it here, you can see it broke completely off. As much fun as duct tape is, I do actually have the replacement part. This is an Atwood upgraded part. So basically what we currently have is a plastic fitting. They're very notorious for cracking and have led to a lot of these boats sinking. So when you upgrade it to one of these, stainless steel, it is quite expensive, about $100 for this fitting, whereas the OEM part's about $30, but worth not sinking the boat. We gotta disassemble a little bit. We gotta pull this whole cubby out and then go in there and replace that valve. Gotten it installed. That was tough. Hopefully she floats. Next up, let's take her on the water.
They think that I am a rebel. I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level. They think that work is too stressful. I think that work is essential. The grind is all in your mental, and I don't think you understand what I'll go through.
We got both fat sacks and our wake shaper. Let's see how she surfs.
Got one life, I won't regret it. I will fight until I get it. I'll look back one day from heaven and say, damn, I learned some lessons. And say, damn, I had no questions. I had fun in every second, and the journey was a blessing, yeah. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense.
Now we only live about 6 minutes away from the dock, so this bad girl has already been on the water about 15 times, and we have had 0 issues. A little update on the motor, it does still leak oil. You know, if it leaks oil, it's got oil. We've added a little bit of stop leak to it, and maybe eventually I will fix the leak. To be honest, it doesn't really bother me because the motor works fine and I have no issues adding a little bit of oil when it gets low. It's time for the Hot Boat Summer cost breakdown. So we're gonna start with the biggest part of the purchase, which is actually buying the boat. We got an incredible deal on this thing. I'm still kind of shocked at how good of a deal it is. This 2007 Yamaha AR210, we only paid $5,000 for it. I know, that's amazing. $1,000 for it. Now granted, you just watched us fix this thing up. We thought it had a blown motor. It was disgusting inside, and it was a divorce sale, so you know we had to get a good price. Now, registration and taxes, you know that the state loves their money. $755. It was about 3.5 hours away, so we had to pay about $180 in fuel to get the truck out there and back. Then, as the boat was sitting for 5 years, we did have to pay quite a bit of money to put fuel additives, oil changes, new battery, all that stuff. That was $313. The next big cost was the whole cleanup and basically making it a brand new B. That was new tires, lights on the trailer, repainting the interior, all that stuff was $865. And then finally, we did do a few upgrades. We put a new speaker system in this boat, you know, phone mounts, miscellaneous radio, stuff like that. That was an additional $328. That makes our total cost into this boat $7,441. This boat typically will sell around the $25,000 to $30,000 range, depending on the market and time of the year. So that means we have roughly about $15,000 in equity if we were to sell this boat. Currently, we have no plans to sell this boat, but when it does come time to sell it, hopefully we won't have to bust out another $1,000. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below and tell me about your boat story. We're gonna catch you guys in the next one.